video is actually about 10 years ago, and it shows CNN trying to twist around RFK's words during this intense segment. But RFK is not having it. Check out how he handles it.
Let me interrupt for 1 second. Your article in the Atlantic.
Is this Jeffrey Toobin?
Yes, your article in the Atlantic.
Well, and Jeffrey, you should disclose that from the beginning, you have absolutely been dogged long before Michael was convicted that Michael was guilty.
No.
And that was your bias from the beginning.
No,
and
my
that was
bias.
Every news report that you did
My
on that,
bias,
Jeffrey, was...
my bias was watching the trial and watching the evidence, and I, like the jury, thought he was guilty. But what I read in today's opinion was that the judge completely rejected the whole Kobe Bryant thing. He rejected the argument that Mickey Sherman made to the jury and the argument that you made in your Atlantic article that the real killer was Ken Littleton. What the judge said in today's opinion.
Jeffrey, you're up to it again. You're up to it again. You're twisting the facts here. The judge in this trial said that Mickey was unaware, that he would not fault Mickey for not having found Tony Bryant, and the gentlemen who were with Tony Bryant. So he didn't reject that theory of the case. He didn't fault Mickey for not finding them, which I would agree with.
This is the key point. This is the key point, is that the judge said the evidence all points to your other cousin, Thomas Skakel. He said the failure here. Now, do you agree?
This is what you did. No, this is what you did with Michael. You're trying to convict somebody before they have a trial. Thomas Skakel's never been on trial for this, and I never said that Kenny Littleton did this murder, and I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't convict somebody before they went on trial like you do, Jeffrey. What I said is that there was stronger. What I said was that there was stronger evidence against many other people than Michael Skakel, and what his attorney failed to do, which any attorney, their first year criminal attorney, would do studying criminal law, is you bring in that evidence because that goes to reasonable doubt. If you can point to somebody else and say, this person is more likely to have committed this crime than the person who's on trial, why, that is the basis for reasonable doubt. And that's what the judge was saying. The judge was not saying that Tommy Skakel was guilty, and you should apologize for that. Tommy Skakel for besmirching his name.
You can tell that RFK is extremely frustrated with this hack reporter on CNN, because RFK is trying to tell this reporter that all he's doing is twisting around what has happened in the trial, where RFK's cousin was a suspect in a murder trial. And this reporter is trying to twist around things that actually happened in trial to suggest more strongly that RFK's cousin was guilty. And RFK's not having it. I mean, he is taking every single thing that this guy is trying to suggest and throwing out the facts, the actual facts of what really happened. And I'm not sure if you caught it, but probably towards 3/4 of the video, before it finishes, the reporter finally says, "You're right there," because you cannot argue facts. This reporter is just fluffing what he sees to fit an agenda he wants to push. RFK has all the facts in his head, and he is just spilling it out over this reporter. So how can this reporter even go any further with his argument, right? And this just goes to show, this video was done 10 years ago, and it's a continued behavior of CNN to push an agenda, push a narrative, just to get things out there that are just lies. And when someone calls them out and actually shows facts, they just want to shut them down or give up, of course, like this guy kind of did at the end.